Cool. All right. We are live now. Uncut version. We just started.
Yes.
Welcome aboard. I'll just adjust it a little bit because I'm chilling here by the couch.
I'm chilling on the pillow. Thanks for that.
No problem.
Funny.
All right.
Okay.
Enter jingle.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. All right, we started the both. Okay, you be the main host. Speak us
Okay,
in.
this time. Okay, welcome everybody back to Front Desk Survivors, the hospitality podcast. And
Number 1 on Spotify.
yeah,
Yeah.
great marketing, but the truth is not really that. But okay, episode number 4 already, and as usual, Jonas is sitting here next to me. How you doing?
Doing fine, thank you.
Okay,
Doing fine.
welcome. Enjoying your Saturday evening?
Saturday evening, it's actually afternoon.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's been good so far, and I'm hyped of today's episode. We have 3 hot topics. We are talking about good boss. We are talking about hotel sex, clickbait,
Yes.
and feelings about shifts.
Yeah.
So stay
mainly
tuned.
maybe the 2 good boss and working shifts are maybe our personal opinions about things, and the hotel sex is about stories from the
Okay,
past
all
and
right,
from
yeah, so I'm
internet,
not
so
so-
not from our point of view.
Okay, so I will just cross out my personal
Yes, please. Check.
experience. Sorry, this will take a while.
Oh God.
There we go. So
All right.
let's start.
Let's start. Well, good boss. This is not just within the hospitality industry. This
Not
is,
necessarily, but
yeah.
it applies.
Yeah, true. And I'm mainly focusing on one of my former boss. He's a man.
He's a man.
Yes. And but like maybe now just in general about how a good boss should be
All right.
is that I think it's very important that you feel like they trust you.
Yeah. All right.
And that you are kind of on the same level with all the other employees as well. So you're just like everyone
No
working.
favorites, huh?
Yeah, and
Okay.
everyone is just working towards the same goal. So it's like it's a great feeling if everybody's like, yeah, okay, let's go. We can do this every morning.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, is that the boss's job or
Um,
in general?
not the
work-
boss's job, but I think the boss creates the atmosphere and creates like the opportunity to find the great balance in the group.
All right. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. It's difficult for me to speak on hospitality and my own experiences from the past because this may as well differ. Now, if someone of our listeners is working in a, I don't know, 1,000 room hotel, you know, like a big hotel, like a huge hotel, it's not that tense as in my previous hotels I've been working in.
Yeah,
That-
it's same for me. I was working in a small hotel as well, so
Yeah, so maybe on our season 2 we will actually discuss with someone who wants to attend this podcast from a huge hotel, because our experiences are fairly from small hotels.
yes.
But then again, there's more small hotels than big hotels. So if we just, if we're not talking about Dubai,
Yeah.
but otherwise. So a good boss, I have a couple of my, I don't know where to start. Maybe I start with this one that I will say from my experience that I was working in a hotel that was very often sold out on the weekends
Mm-hmm.
because of its location.
Yeah.
And
Very mysterious.
mysterious location, yeah. And what bothered me the most was that when I'm talking about my boss, I'm not necessarily talking about my front desk supervisor. We didn't have like a front office manager at all.
Yeah.
But it would be then the general manager and other back office managers. And they were all having their days off on weekends.
Yes.
So they were there
think
during the
that's-
week
yeah.
when it's easier, and then on the weekends they were off.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
And that's when you needed their help, probably.
well, yes, of course. When you're sold out and when you're overbooked, That's
wild.
It's wild. It's wild,
Yeah.
and then the back office is empty. And then during the week, some Tuesdays very slow usually, and there's all hands on deck. After all, what is this?
This is
This
this
song?
is a song by Tinashe. Tinashe. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, that was a paid shout out,
Yep.
by the way. Yeah, okay, but what is that? Is it the same in Finland?
Yes. Well, first of all, there where I used to work, it was a pretty small team as
Mhm.
well. So yes, the boss there, he's actually one of my favorite bosses of all time. But he had the days off during a weekend, and sometimes he did do the front desk shifts as well, if needed. So then
Okay.
sometimes he were there also during weekends. But yeah, we had the same. That we were just struggling together with the front desk team during weekends, and then weekdays the boss sat there at the back office.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Classic. That's weird for me because, well, I've had my education in hospitality management, and for that roughly 4 years that I was studying, it was very common to hear that you are the one working when everybody's off, and you are having your days off on the week. And I'm like thinking, okay, if I'm studying hospitality management, why is hospitality management off on weekends? So that didn't make sense to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is not what a good boss would do. If I would, I have my mindset set on the idea that really I am the one working when people are off. So okay, let's say people are majority of the people who are working from 9 to 5
Yeah,
during
office
the
hours,
weekdays.
yeah.
Exactly. When they are off, I'm working.
Mm.
Obviously, that's how it goes on this industry.
Yeah.
So, and well, the same goes in restaurants as well. So the restaurants are most busy during the weekends, and then the boss is needed. So
Yeah.
so they should be there. So a good boss doesn't
True.
dodge the responsibility of that, and is like, yeah, but I'm in the authority to say like, okay, I'm off on weekends, so I'm off on weekends. I'm like, yeah, well, you're a bad boss.
I didn't even think about this one.
Well, now you do.
Oh, now I do.
And now you do as well, as a third person.
Yeah.
By the way, forgot to say the disclaimer. We are not talking about our current employer. Our current job has nothing to do with this podcast. Just having to say that before I'm fired.
Yes,
You as
to
well.
be on the safe side.
Exactly.
Yes.
Then I have also to say about good boss. In my opinion, at least in front desk, a good boss, whether it was like a minor boss, a supervisor, or then a front office manager, or a general manager, or whatever manager who is kind of above you, they have to lead by example.
Yes, they should be great role models.
Exactly.
This is this I was thinking about. Yes.
It's kind of I have a little mixed feelings about that. I mean, studying hospitality management, you basically study for 3.5 years, depends on the school, but you study for years, and then you end up to a front desk. And in a front desk, there might be someone who's just haven't had the education, but is there working at the front desk, because front desk job is not necessarily too complicated. I'm not saying that it's an easy job that everybody can do. Everybody can try, obviously, but not everybody is good at it. And
you
then
just have to be, I think, if you're like a customer server personality, then you can manage the front desk job.
But I'm just saying like that you cannot just study hospitality management, and you shouldn't just like jump to be a front office manager in a hotel, because then you're not familiar with the hotel, you're not familiar with the job, then you cannot be leading by example.
Yeah, because you don't know what like the daily struggles are. So that's true. And I think all of the bosses I have had, they have started from the stage 1 and then going further on. So that's why I've been very pleasantly surprised with all of my bosses, because they have understood all my problems, and if I have come to them and said, hey, no, this is happening, and they're like, oh, this happened to me as well, so just do this, and then they're just like, don't stress.
But there's a conflict with that, because let's say I study hospitality management, and then I graduate. I go to this Hotel X, and in that Hotel X, there has been actually already 2 years someone with no education on this industry, which not necessarily needed in the front desk job itself, but for management position, it's needed, or at least it should be an advantage. Okay, so I go to this Hotel X, and there has been this employee customer service oriented and very happy by nature and good on this job person with no education has been there 2 years, and then like we both work there for 1 year, so I've been there for 1 year, she's been there for 3 years, and then management position opens, and who should get it? Like, should it get the person who has been there more and knows, well, probably we know the house quite the same already during that 1 year, but that's the difficult situation, that if I would get the job of the management because of my experience,
Studies,
probably this person would leave, because she's like, okay, this person got it over me. Like, you know, he just got here 1 year ago, and now he's running for a management, and I'm gonna leave. If this person with no education will get it, I will leave.
Yeah.
So this is always, and if there's a third person coming.
Like a completely new one.
Exactly. Then they're not. Job. Then we both leave.
Yeah.
like I believe that's a real struggle with that. However,
I have no idea how it works, but I have a feeling that the one who has been there most of the time, like the 3-year employee, she would get the job.
She would get the job for sure, and that sucks.
Yeah, kind of. But I still understand that as well. But then it sucks for us who has been studying.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's one thought.
Yeah.
What else? What else about your favorite boss?
Well, I want to speak so much about him. This is like the same with the favorite memories with my customers. Now I'm also being like, those memories.
Those memories just
but
comes
I think
back to me.
He had, first of all, he was a great role model because he had been working at the front desk. He had been a night manager. He had been doing all of these, like, first step, second step, and going further on.
Yeah.
And
best.
And then it was very nice that if I messed something up, I remember this.
And you did.
Oh, I did. I remember this one thing when we got Expedia reservations.
All right.
So when they were checking out, we had to charge the Expedia virtual card. But sometime in the check-in, when we swiped the credit card, then it took the credit card number there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, la 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 la, so happily with this, putting just the card numbers, and then
accidentally charged the wrong card.
I was pushing the green button. I was like, yay! And then 1 second later, I was like, uh-oh, I messed up.
And those who are thinking, why did you swipe the card if they already prepaid? You swipe it for if they used the minibar or whatsoever.
And just
it's
left.
Like, safety deposit. Right. All right.
Yeah, but what I understood, you can't do it anymore because of GDPR. I'm not sure.
The swiping.
Yeah.
Yeah, the swiping, but you can insert chip and put the PIN code. Probably you cannot see the credit card number. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Anyway,
what happened next?
Yeah. So then I was like, uh-oh. And I was like, went to the boss and I was like, hi, I messed up. And he was right away like, don't worry. Okay, now we will learn something new. So just remember next time, check here and check here. If these are the same, you can charge the virtual card. If these are not the same, go to the Expedia extranet or the Partner Central and check it there. And then we were just la la la, and he was like, yeah, no worries. I have done that plenty of times in the beginning. And I was like, I love you. Okay.
All right. Congratulations. Insert stamp sound. You're a good boss.
Yes. Ding. Yeah, but it was very nice. And
that was a stamp sound?
It was my own happy sound.
Okay, great.
Yeah, but it was very nice as well because I came to the job as a trainee and then I just continued working there. So even though I was there just as a trainee, like, a bit of an extra person, just
outsider.
Yeah, I didn't feel as an outsider at all. And okay, this was probably easier because it was a pretty small team, but I felt like, I'm at the exact same level with them who has been there for 10 years,
Mhm.
for them who came there 1 year ago, and
Yeah.
then me who just came there 1 week ago.
Uh-huh.
And he was like
So
I
it was
don't know.
no prison. You didn't have to put like orange overall for two
Yeah,
two
no.
months for okay.
Yeah, no, and I didn't have the sign here like trainee
Yeah, exactly.
on the forehead.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, so it was a very nice feeling. It was a welcoming feeling, and I just felt supported. But then I also felt like he trusted me because he didn't come all the time and check up on me. Nobody really did. They did help me,
Mhm.
and they were always like, "Yeah, come and ask if you have some problems or anything." But it was like always like, "Yeah, you can do it," and "Yeah, just do it." And I was
Okay, it was sponsored by Nike.
yeah, yeah, just do it, Jonas.
Okay, why do I have to throw these jokes in the middle?
I don't know.
All right, go for
These
it.
dad jokes, never ending. But yeah, so now I lost that.
Yeah, that's my point. I just want you to stop talking, and I want to talk myself.
Okay, I don't remember what I was going
Oh
to
my
say. So
god,
please
I feel
continue.
horrible. I feel horrible.
I will tell this later on.
Okay, if you guys want to hear the story, just type on the comments. Screw
Yeah,
you, Jonas.
because
Let her talk. Like, hashtag let her speak.
yes,
Okay,
let her free.
exactly. Well, however, a good boss is a good problem solver in the front desk.
Hmm.
However, in my experience, bad boss is the boss who solves problem in a difficult situation by, okay, we're gonna comp your stage, sir. Like, here we go. Giving something free or is not always the solution.
No.
And let's say if I'm in the front desk and I'm kind of trying to stand my grounds with the hotel and with the policies and everything, and trying to like say that, okay, the customer is not always right. This time the guest is actually wrong. I'm right. I'm saying it. I'm repeating myself, and I'm not gonna, waive some fee, or I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah.
And then the manager should not just pop from the back office and say
it's
like, hey, okay, let's see what's going on in here.
Yeah.
And let's get this settled, sir. Thank you very much for staying with us. We're gonna take care of this charge. Okay, I gonna see that you have our bathrobe in your luggage. We're not gonna charge for it. Like, what is that?
That's true. Yeah, you have to be on the same side together. Like the boss and the
exactly.
employee,
So
and
I just
support each other.
those moments. I hope everybody in the front desk knows those moments when someone wants to speak to the manager because they don't agree with you, and then the manager comes and the manager agrees with you. So that's like,
that's the best feeling
the best
ever.
feeling.
And then you're just standing there like,
told you. So it's like really like a kid and a father.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
just like us.
Just like us. A good boss gives feedback.
Yes.
Like, is kind of paying attention with that, gives feedback and rewards verbally, like says that, hey, good job today, or something like this. This is like all I need. If I have had a rough day, I would want someone to really come to tell me that, hey, don't worry about it. It's good day. You did the right thing, and that's enough. I don't need more. I don't need that every day. I would need that once in a while.
Yeah, that's true, because
it has to
often some people just give feedback when it's something negative, like, hey, you should work on this. But it's also very important to sometimes get the like positive feedback, because then you get more motivated for the job, and then you're like, okay, yes, we can do this.
Yeah.
Just do it once again.
Just do it once again. We know who's paying for this podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, but also for a boss, I've had some good bosses as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a good boss who was, well, he was very, at work, he was very professional.
Yeah.
But he was also kind of like, so that nobody on the, like, her bosses wouldn't know, we were going out like for a drink or something, and he would actually, or she would actually, maybe, I'm not telling who was it a he or she, but she was inviting also other front desk agents, like, so we were kind of, well, not everybody, that was kind of not the whole group, but a good people. So we were kind of creating the spirit of outside of work.
like a friends group.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like friends group, and then might be a crazy evening, crazy night, and then in the morning it's fun to go to work again because you're like, hey, that was fun. Let's do that some other time.
Yeah,
But
but
you know,
now we are at work.
yeah, and also in that sense, it's like kind of like a little secret, you know.
Yeah.
Let's not discuss about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think it's important that the boss, as said, is a good role model
Mm-hmm.
and does have these kind of rules.
Yeah.
Sounds very harsh,
Uh-huh.
but like that you know what your tasks are, what you can do, and so on. That it has to be very clear because then it doesn't come these weird conflicts like you don't know what to do and to who
Yeah.
to talk to and blah blah blah. And that should be already from the start and
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like, hey, you did this, you shouldn't do this because the rule is this.
Yeah.
Like this should be all clear and just like they have to be professional, clear with the instructions, but then just also be and keep you at the same level because you're in the same team.
Yeah, and they have to somehow. Well, a good boss has to have some kind of authority.
Mm.
And if the boss will lose the authority, for example, by going out and having fun and like getting shit wasted, drunk and outside, everything like that, that way he or she will lose the authority. Then it's very difficult to be a good boss after that.
Yeah.
But you have to find the level.
Exactly.
And
But that's probably very, very difficult.
must be.
Yeah, because it's nice that you're like friends,
Mm-hmm.
but then again, you can't be too much of a friend group because then it doesn't work out in the end. Because then when you get the, for example, negative feedback like, hey, you need to work on this, then you're like, but you know,
Yeah.
BFF, what are you saying?
Exactly. And also, someone might listen to us and is like, that you have to be a good boss, also like good boss towards the company. So let's say the corporate point of view, a good boss have to be, you know, profitable and so on. So it's kind of must be a little difficult to find the level where you have to actually push these people to upsell and all that shit, and then at the same time you're like, yeah, but hey, let's just, you know, go for a beer after. And have to balance. You have to balance.
Exactly.
You have to be dedicated to what you do in that case. Because if you're either or, if you're too friendly, you're probably not too good from above perspective, from the people looking down to you. They're like, okay, now you're just fooling around.
Exactly.
If you're too strict, then the people below you are like, okay, you're a dick. And then you're like, okay, I'm just kind of doing my job. But you have to, I think, that in order for you to like your job as well, you should be friendly, and then you should be profitable and effective. So way to go, bosses who are good bosses.
Indeed.
Tag your boss down in the comments.
I will send this episode to my former boss because I want to thank him for the times together because he was great.
Dude, you know who you are.
Yes, you know who you are.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
I will lift a hat, as we say. By the way, Vitux sponsors us today. All right.
Vitux and Nike.
And Nike. Okay, is that everything about Good Boss or?
Yeah, I was just adding a comment about this when you said that boss has to be like finding the balance, and it's important that they keep somehow an order of everything that's happening. And this is not about hospitality at all. I was working within marketing before I was working within hospitality, and I had my boss in a different country than I was working. So we were mainly just like communicating by phone or email. And he really trusted me. He always said, he was very nice when he was like, hey, come on, you don't need to ask me this. You're the boss lady. He always said this. It was very nice. But
you were 20 years old, boss lady.
Yes. It felt good for a 20-year-old. Now I'm so old. Yeah. So then I had like I could use my ideas and I could do everything I wanted and everything I thought was the best option. But then again, he was trusting me so much that it felt like I didn't always get the like the best support because I didn't get that much of like order from the boss. So it's super difficult to find the balance. I don't
Must
know.
be.
Yeah. But yeah, he was also a great boss. He was so nice. And I miss him as well.
You've had some good bosses.
Yes, I have only had a good bosses.
I bet you. Oh,
sorry.
I bet you
Oh,
haven't
wow.
seen the movie Horrible Bosses, and you're like, I don't understand this.
I actually
Let's
have.
see if your microphone still works since you fooled around. Say something.
I'm so wild. Wait. Hello.
Yeah, it still works.
Kukkuluru.
Just
Nyt
plug
on
the cord one more time if you lift it. Okay, it's good. All right,
It's
all
good.
good.
Yes.
Moving on. Say the jingle.
Jingle ding 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 ding.
Jingle bells, right?
No. It would be ding 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 ding. Okay.
That's enough. All
Yes.
right, let's move forward.
Mhm.
Next thing, we're talking about the stuff that you've been waiting for.
The juicy.
There's
stuff.
2 words. Juicy stuff.
Mhm.
Hotel sex.
Mm.
I had to even lower my voice for this because
Yes, your sexy French voice.
it's getting my friend's voice. So, have you noticed that people turn on the hotel?
Turn on.
Okay, that I just really got that. Hotel is very suitable place to have sex. Obviously,
Mhm.
there's a room with a bed. I mean, that's quite a given.
Yeah, and you can enjoy each other's company, and you are like not at home doing your basic stuff. You're like,
They are not your sheets.
yeah,
Exactly.
true.
And but I would go a little bit back when we were talking about the cruise ship syndrome,
Mhm.
that people lose their sense.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if when people have sex in a hotel room, they might make a lot of a noise. I'm not sure if they make it at home as the same, but I have been working in a hotel where we had.
Phone calls, like people are loud.
Well, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't. No,
Me
like
neither.
okay. My friend has.
Yeah. Okay.
But in our hotel, in a very small hotel I was working in, the lobby building was separate.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lobby building, and it was in a way boutique hotel and then there was like 2 buildings which were with the rooms, but the lobby building was separate, and we had only 1 suite in the lobby building, and it was like the whole upstairs of the lobby building.
Mm-hmm.
And the walls and the floor apparently were pretty thin, so it was
Okay.
very awkward. It was not only 1 time or 2 times
Oh no.
with different guests who were staying in the suite,
Yeah.
and I was in the front desk in the
Listening.
evening when it was very very boring and quiet.
Yeah.
And then there's only like this moaning sound, and you're like just like kind of hoping that nobody will come to check in at this point, because they're like, all right, we're checking in, that's fun, all right, let's
You
see.
just have to shout and
Yeah,
small talk.
Yeah,
to
you had to
all the time.
you had to talk something, because otherwise they will just a little quiet moaning moment, and there's only moaning, which is not quiet at all. So yeah, that's something I've experienced.
Oh,
But I was
wow,
just
okay.
thinking, if it would be, well, obviously in that case we had a lobby building in the different building, and so I couldn't, if there would be, well, I hope I couldn't hear if there would be humping in the next room, like next
Oh,
building.
my.
But I'm just thinking, if I would be in the situation where someone calls like, hey, there's a little bit too loud sex noises coming from the like room
Yeah,
next to us, and
neighbor, yeah.
we have a early flight. Could you just go there and say to be more quiet? I'm like, no, I don't want to. Like,
I would just knock, knock, knock. Hello. Could you be more quiet? Thank you. Enjoy.
still enjoy, like, how
But
can-
just
but
be
not
more
that loud.
calm.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't think that would be even that embarrassing.
yeah.
I
Okay,
would think that would be a bit funny.
yeah, it would be funny. Would it be
I
funny
would
for
be
them?
like, yes,
Probably.
I can do
Probably.
exciting.
But okay, yeah. So I heard this story of a little hotel as well, and there was like not more than 10 rooms, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So it was
That
a
was a small.
little hotel,
Yeah.
and there was this lobby, like, okay, short story, thin walls, like couple having sex, obviously in a bathroom because it was like working as a subwoofer or something, and like echoing like that way for a long time, long time, 30 minutes. So way to go, you two.
Yeah.
And then this person who told me the story was like, all right, I just hope that nobody comes to complain. And then for the whole 30 minutes, like listening that, and then after that it stopped. Okay, and the couple comes out of the room, is like obviously very happy. Yeah, well, sure, like going for dinner, going to refill and do it all again, and they're like very nice, like hey, see ya.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, see ya. Exactly.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for you to come back.
Yeah, I'm very lame because I don't have like any personal stories about this one. Like the only thing is that actually when I was a trainee, I was working within the housekeeping for a few days to learn how the rooms look like. So then in the front desk I know if somebody wants this, then I know what room.
If somebody wants this.
And anyway, not this topic. For example, a balcony. Anyway.
Balcony.
Yes. So then we were cleaning some rooms and we found condoms.
Oh my God.
I know. That's the only own story I have. Very lame.
Amsu, you little church girl. I'm just asking, like, are you always carrying that Bible on the other hand and the cross?
Yes, always in my back pocket.
Yeah. Go to follow Amsu on Instagram. Her nickname is Friendly Neighborhood Nun 96. Like, just, I don't know. Why don't you have any stories about this?
I hope there is someone who has that nickname and they're like, what?
They're like, yeah, shout out. All right. Well, I was actually going online to find some stories.
Yeah, me too. Found just nice stories about how nice it is to have sex in a hotel.
Okay, well, we were in a different forum because I found a story, and it was I think it was headlined. I'm sorry, I'm not getting credit to the person who actually gave this story up because this was already earlier when I was looking into the subject, and it was with the stated something like orgy in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So there was, just imagine yourself being the front desk agent. All right, let's just go into story mode.
Thank you.
So imagine yourself being a front desk agent, and just typical day. There's a group of people. Yeah, I heard that, but
my shoulder
just popped when you were pretending to write on the keyboard. People watching from YouTube will understand this, but all right.
Okay.
So there's a couple of people in the lobby. They are having drinks, nothing unusual, but when the time gets, later, all right? So it gets later, and then people start to go to sleep, but these people are just getting more and more drunk in the lobby and making more noise.
Okay.
So there's this lady who's traveling with her 3 kids, and they have a room with 2 queen-size beds, and they want to sleep, and they cannot sleep because of this
party noise.
Yeah, there's this party noise. It's just really people in the lobby, so it's kind of like you should be able to be in the lobby and enjoy your friends, but then if you're making a lot of loud, I haven't gone it that far yet.
Yeah,
just like
now I have the
company.
In my head.
The company. All right, so this lady comes to complain to the front desk, actually calls the first time, like, can you tell them to be quiet? You as a front desk agent, you go there and tell them to be quiet. All right, keep it down, keep it lower. They say they are very nice. They agree with you. They are saying, nice. Sorry.
Okay.
But you know how they forget. When they're drunk, they forget and they laugh, and it's
too much fun.
You laugh very loud, so you know how it is. Like, you cannot just keep it down when you're drunk. So
no, and not even if I don't even drink. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it happens again, and the lady calls again, like, really, I cannot sleep. I'm here with my kids, and there's people partying in the lobby. You had to tell them to be quiet. So the front desk agent goes there, tells them, hey, I'm telling you last time, like, I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to bad review either. Like, it's not, no hotel wants to be that strict that you couldn't be there with your friends talking. True. Really. Okay. Third time, the woman exits from the room.
No, it's bad.
doesn't go to tell them herself, but does
front
come to
desk.
you to the front desk
Of
to let
course.
them know, hey, I'm not paying for this room. That
Uh-oh.
if I cannot sleep, I book this to sleep. I'm not paying for this. You will make them leave now. All right.
Harsh.
So
Wow.
then you as a front desk agent, you tell that I already told them for a couple of times. I will give them a final warning, and that's it.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
The lady leaves, but the lady doesn't want to, like, she needs to use the restroom, but she doesn't want to go back to the room and use the restroom over there because the kids might
Sleeping.
yeah. So she goes to the lobby bathroom
Mm-hmm.
and she walks in and there's 4 people having sex in the bathroom. All right. The lady is like, "Are you kidding me?" And comes to the front desk, and the guy,
Yeah.
in the front desk is
Me, guy.
like seeing the lady coming back and is like, yeah, I know, I'm just running this thing, and I'm going to let them know that they're making too much noise. And the lady is like, "There's 4 people having sex in your bathroom."
Oh
And they're
no.
like, "What?"
Ah.
The story ends there. Yeah, true story.
What a nice evening, though.
What a nice evening. Must have not left a nice review. That's
Nope.
that's a horrible situation to be
my.
as a front desk agent. You
Yeah.
had to then, like, okay, you have this party which you thought is a pain in the ass. Well, the true pain in the ass is in the bathroom, actually.
Dude.
I just figured that's actually a suitable thing to say.
Yeah, but by the way, when you told that, the lady said, "I paid for this room to sleep."
Mhm. Yeah.
I tend to watch BuzzFeed videos on YouTube when I'm very bored. Shout out to BuzzFeed. And they had some kind of, it's an old video, but confessions of hotel workers or
Okay.
receptionists or something like this. There was a guy who told that he got a phone call that the neighbor room,
Mhm.
they are pretty loud. That could you tell them to be a bit more quiet because they want to sleep.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh yeah, sure, don't worry." And then first he tried to call them to the room. Nobody answered. Okay, so then you once again take the security button, the gun, yeah, and then go to the room and knocks on the door. And then they open the door and you see a whole crew, a whole set of lightning and movie, like these cameras and everything, and they were making a adult movie.
Okay, so the kind of videos I watch.
Yes.
All right.
So and then they were like, yeah, we have just one scene that we
Left.
have to, yeah, and then
Okay.
we are quiet.
Yeah, sure.
And he was like, yeah, sure,
Sure.
yeah, like, but you can't say like, no, you can't do this, like, or can you say, because they were like, okay, but we paid for this room, so now this room is ours, so now we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
okay, I understand this point of view, but then again, it's like you have to respect the others. But
Mhm.
how, as a front desk agent, would you say like, no, stop this right away? Or are you just like, okay, continue, but just a bit more quiet, and can you just stop as soon as possible? I wouldn't know what to do. I don't think this even happens in Finland.
I would ask which scene, because that tells a lot. So depending on the answer.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're just evaluating. Okay,
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what would I do. I would probably
I would be like, okay, can you do it quickly, please?
quickly. Yeah, sure.
That would be
I
my-
would probably. It would be for the best to change the neighbor's room. Like the one who wants to sleep is like, okay, let's see what we have available. Let's put
Okay,
them on.
yeah.
To keep everybody happy.
Yeah, but then they tried to sleep already, and then you're like, hey, let's change your rooms, pack your bags, let's go.
True.
So that's
True.
not fine.
Well, funnily enough, that on the neighboring room they were emptying bags.
Oh my god.
Why I have to? I mean, why? All right. Let's add a drama. All right. Next thing, you were mentioning housekeeping and you found a condom.
Yes, it was wild.
It was wild.
Throw it in the garbage, and that was it.
Yep, that was it.
Great story.
I had a headline over here. Housekeeping point of view, this is probably even worse. Like,
Mhm.
what comes to hotel sex, front desk employees don't experience those wild stories that housekeepers. I would actually want to have a housekeeper on the show with us.
And a big shout out to all of them who are working within housekeeping because
Exactly.
that's a tough job. I was there for 3 days and I was done.
Yeah,
It's-
that's a tough job.
And they are in a hurry all the time, and it's
And
crazy.
they must see tons of things. I was hearing, like, from a hotel I was working, that it's been so many times that during the do outs, like, we think people have checked out, and then housekeeping goes to the room, knocks, goes to the room, knocks, like, goes to the room, and is just walking in, some people having sex, because that turns them on or whatsoever. Like, that's not nice, guys. Don't do that to our housekeepers, or anyone's housekeepers in that sense. I just want to, say our housekeepers, for all the housekeepers, warm hug.
Because we are a family.
We actually have a little shout out from Instagram.
Yes.
For someone called or nicknamed Shania P on Instagram has posted this picture, which has a quote: "Shout out to all the hotel maids that have to change the sheets on February 15th, so one night after Valentine's Day." That must be kind of a struggle.
Indeed. Oh my! I don't even want to imagine.
I don't want to imagine either. One thing which is related to sex in hotels, and sex in overall, I guess, is
this just
the
the whole podcast just changed themes.
Yeah, exactly. It's welcome to listen Front Desk Survivors, the sex podcast. Is sex toys. Apparently, a lot of I don't want to speak of that about sex toys more, but there's sex toys left behind, and even in my experiences, my former supervisor, it was funny because the housekeeper found something from the room and brought it to the supervisor, and was like maybe it's a little remote for a projector or something, like, what is this? And then just realized it's a vibrator and drops it on the table. That's fun time. You know who I'm talking to, you over here. So that was good story. But anyways, I heard a bunch of or I read a bunch of stories about sex toys in rooms and like what's left behind, and obviously you have to when something's left to the hotel. Well, I believe some hotels might have actually rounded these policies, but you should keep them stored for, I don't know, 90 days, something like very long time. Yeah, I also
read 90 days.
Yeah. So then eventually you might have, like, if you put everything in the same box, it's fine, but you can start like categorizing stuff, like, okay, sex toys we put in that box, and then we clothing on that box, and valuables in this safe. There was this well, this doesn't have anything to do with lost and found, but on Reddit, this person with the nickname Chicken Nuggets. Yeah.
That's my favorite from McDonald's.
Well, look at
with
that. We learned something.
Dip.
We learned something.
Yes.
He wrote a story about what?
McFee's dip is pretty nice as well.
All right.
Please continue.
Hey, that's okay. That's from Front Desk Survivors recommends.
Yes.
He wrote a story that there was a hotel guest who ordered a package to the hotel, and was, that's pretty normal, I guess. People might travel a lot and, just, order a package there, and once they arrive, they just pick it up. Or then they stay for a longer time.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah. Normal stuff.
Yeah. So, but this guy had ordered a package. His Amazon was saying that it's been received, and he was he went to the front desk and was extremely mad because front desk agent couldn't find the package. And he was like, "All right, so I cannot find the package."
He was planning a special night.
Special night indeed. By himself and his fleshlight that he had ordered, because he showed, like, this is the order. It says received, and it's this fleshlight. And
did he say, like, this is my...
Well, but it was showing on it, so it was like showing the order, and it was like I have no idea what it was saying, but it was obvious that it was fleshlight in that point. And these people, when they ordered the package, they were like, or it somehow, I don't know. Chicken Nuggets told that, the package has gone to their maintenance. Maybe they thought it's a flashlight, really, but everybody was happy at the end, especially the guy got his package and went nuts.
Oh my God.
There's one more personal story from my experiences. So we had, obviously, bellboys in the hotel, and one time this bellboy was... Okay, so let's go to the story mode
Ooh,
for a
okay.
moment.
Back to the
All
voice.
right, so I was in the front desk and the phone rings. Thank you. Hello, this is the front desk. How may I assist you? Yeah, could you set the bellboy in our room? Old man voice. That was old man voice.
Obvious.
I'm like,
Thank you.
yes, sure. Coming right up. I see from the phone that which room it was. It was a very easy task. I'm like, all right, bellboy, go up to the room.
Do your thing.
Do your thing. What they want. And the bellboy goes there, knocks. Knock, knock, knock sound from you. I was like, we haven't actually, yeah.
Dong, 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 dong.
Okay.
That was so bad.
Door opens. Bellboy is like, yeah, how can I help you? It's like, hey, this is a weird request, but do you know where to get Viagra? Viagra, yeah.
Yeah.
And the bellboy is
Pills.
like, I don't know, there's a couple of pharmacies. Okay, could you go there? Like, here's money for it. And hands in $200.
Ooh,
The bellboy is like, $200? Yeah,
sure.
I can go. He takes our shuttle, goes to the local pharmacies, cannot find it. Or can't buy it. I don't know. Couldn't buy that with a prescription. I don't know. But
I
couldn't
have
find
no
it.
idea. I'm
Couldn't.
so
Yeah, me neither.
So lame.
Yeah, me neither. I'm so young. And goes back, knocks to the door, knocking sound.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah,
Oh.
opens door. No, did he just say? That was. All right. Yeah. So
Knock, knock, knock,
yeah,
knock.
exactly. Door opens, and this, sorry, I couldn't find it. Here's your money back. And then the gentleman says, "Okay, it's all right." Hands in half of the money, so $100.
Oh, yeah, because he
Thanks
tried.
for trying. So I don't know.
that was
I don't
nice.
know if that's related to hotel sex or not. Maybe they just
Kinda.
wanted to play ring toss. Who knows? Maybe it was an old couple. Moving on. I will skip one. I will actually skip the rest of the stories.
Okay.
The stories. Yeah, you
One
have
question
something.
for you. What do you think about when a couple walks in to a hotel
Mhm.
and then they just need a room for a day?
Yeah. Either we are located very close to the airport and their flight is delayed,
Or
then it's just
This topic.
Yeah, it's just this topic. It's for pleasure.
And that's pretty obvious.
That's very obvious.
Yes.
You
So
know, usually
we know what you do.
I don't want to. Usually it's an older man and a younger woman, and
Yes.
it's like the day room. I'm like, yeah, sure. I have 6 hours. Yeah, 30 minutes is fine. Thank you.
Yes.
But yeah,
Been
rest
there,
of
done
the
that.
what?
Not being there, done that, but being there,
Yeah.
done that with the customer.
With the customer.
Asking about this. Okay.
All right, moving on. The
Ah.
rest of the stories I heard was reading were very disturbing, and they are not suitable for work or wherever you're listening to us. They're also we are not having any age limits over here on our Spotify podcast. So I'm not gonna tell them right now. If you are interested, you can send us a message that I want to hear this, Jonas, so I can actually tell more of this topic on the next or in some upcoming podcast.
Can't wait.
Why not? Can't wait. All right, but you got to. But that's it for now.
Great.
Thanks.
Continuing with the sound effects.
Yeah, I think we should do that more often. Let me know if you like story mode or not.
Yes. All right.
Last topic we have is feelings about shifts. So like feelings about working shifts,
Yeah.
different shifts. There's different shifts even in front desk. Obviously, there's no one person 24/7. That's a given.
And no regular office hours. Not Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We are working whenever,
Yeah.
wherever.
Exactly.
Kind of.
Exactly. Almost. So I think very normally people just like go over this very fast. There's usually maybe someone working in a big hotel can tell how it is over there. But
Yeah.
there's morning shift, there's evening shift, there's night shift. But between the morning and evening shift, there's maybe a middle shift, someone who's working like helping out during when the checkouts are and ending after the check-in time is.
Yeah.
So
And
that's-
normally, there's people who work during the days, like morning, middle, and evening. And then there's night managers who always just works during nights. And that's, thank God for that, because
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
And also, I would want to get the night audit over here in our show because those have the stories. Like,
Yes.
what do I know? I've never worked in a night shift. I mean, not in a hotel, at
And
least.
I have just, during my trainee time, I was working 3 nights.
Mhm.
So, it was pretty nice. I liked the tasks you were doing. It was a lot of organizing, checking the inventory, counting the money, and so on. But, I didn't really get the real feeling about working as a night manager. So, I don't
All
know, I
right.
don't
So,
know.
what are your feelings about different shifts?
Well, first of all, I never know what day it is.
Mhm.
I never know what time it is.
Yeah, that's
I remember often, like during the evenings, I answer the phone and I say good morning, and then I'm like, sorry, evening, night, and then I'm all confused. But sometimes I like working shifts because then you don't feel like you don't feel the difference between weekdays and weekends.
that's
Sometimes
true.
it's fun because you don't feel like, oh no, it's Monday again. Oh, it's so tough with Mondays. Oh.
Mhm.
But then again, I feel like when I have day offs, I don't. What were you checking?
I was checking.
Okay, yeah, when I have like day offs, I don't really get the weekend vibe at all.
Yeah.
And it feels like I really don't have like really day offs because it's in the middle of the week. Sometimes you just have one day off and it
Mhm.
goes like this.
Yep.
And then you're back at work again, and you don't really. It feels like you're at work all the time,
Mhm.
and it's just like circulating all the time. You're there.
Yep.
La, la, la,
Waiting
la.
for the summer
Yeah.
holidays, huh?
Yeah. So it's like
Which are not even in summer necessarily. You
Yeah.
have your summer holidays in September.
exactly. So it's pretty tough.
It is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Who would want that, actually?
yeah, and I love routines.
Yeah.
So if I was working like during days, like morning, middle, evening, I still had to have like the alarm clock at pretty early in the morning, so I'd still had some kind of routine, even though I started working maybe at 3 o'clock in
Mhm.
the afternoon. Because if I wouldn't have done that, I was going crazy.
Yeah.
And super tired all the time, and it's tough. But then again, it's nice because, for example, if I work weekends, my friends they have their day offs. Then I go maybe to a party or just doing something, other things with them because they have time. And then my work week feels shorter because I'm
Yeah.
doing more things.
Yeah, but you're like young and energetic and a woman. You don't get a hangover that I do.
Yeah.
If
That's
I'm
true.
working during the weekend and my friends are going out on the weekend and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna join you after work.
You die. the
Yeah,
next
I
day.
die. And the next 2 days I'm feeling
2?
bad. Yeah. So I'm not. Yeah, that's why I'm not doing that often, and that kind of sucks because most of my friends are actually working, day job, and they have weekends off, and I don't have weekends off then in that case, or at least in the past. So that's kind of complicated in that way. Then again, let's be honest, people might have different opinions, but going out on weekends, especially if you go a lot on the weekends, going out, that's on monthly basis, that takes you a lot of your money. So it's good to work on weekends. On
absolutely.
salary might be, on Sundays doubled. It depends on in which country do you work and which kind of contract you have, I guess. However, it's nice to work at least on Sundays. It's usually more quiet.
Yeah.
People are like a lot of checkouts in the hotels on the Sundays. So
and then the
it's nice
Sunday
to be there.
evenings are always pretty dead.
Pretty dead, and
Yeah.
you have a good salary, and it's calm. People are kind of like those people who are then preparing to work. They're calming down, waiting for their Monday, and Monday might be even your day off. So you're like, this is my Friday.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
that's
Yeah.
So I like the shifts because it gives my, if I have like a week that I have 2 morning shifts, 3 evening shifts, it changes in the week. So the week feels more different than if you have like, if I have like 5 morning shifts in a row, I'm like, this is kind of boring.
Yeah, I understand.
So the change is nice.
Yeah. But the change is not nice if it's morning, evening,
Yeah,
morning,
well,
evening.
that's true.
Because
then it's
you're
consumption.
just, I feel like I'm just at work because then I
Yeah.
come home and then I'm just thinking, okay, tomorrow it's morning shift. So now I have to get sleep right away. Then I'm kind of waiting out again for the next shift. It's like, I don't know.
But then again, if we are like, we're kind of balancing, here. But if you're working in the evening and you work in the morning the next day, it's nice to go to work because basically you know what has happened.
Yes.
Like there's very short period that you haven't been at work, so that's very good.
That's
However,
nice.
when we're talking about the like people are different. Some people are not morning persons. So if someone is a morning person, it's very suitable to be in the morning shift.
Yes.
Someone who is not a morning person and likes to sleep in is very suitable to be in the evening shift. Someone
Or
who's
night.
someone who's up all night is very suitable to be in the night shift.
Yeah.
So it's going
depending.
back to the good boss. Probably the good boss is like listening. What kind of person are you? What would be suitable for you? What kind of shifts do you like? Then it gets complicated when people say you have a team or everybody likes morning shifts. So I'm like, okay, I cannot. Not everybody can be happy.
Yeah.
But for the mid shift, kind of like the shift that starts maybe 11, 10, like not in the morning, but morning-ish. I hated that.
Checkouts coming up. You have both checkouts and check-ins.
And check-ins. So you're the worst.
Yeah.
And I hated that, especially. Well, I hated all the shifts during high season almost.
You hated everything.
Yeah, like during high season, it's not necessarily nice to be at work. I mean, the owners are happy because money just keeps flying in.
Yeah.
But you're, at least in the hotel I worked in the past, we were the same stuff on low season and high season. So it doesn't make sense to me. Like we should be the stuff on the low season, and when it gets high, we should get like extra help.
Yeah.
So when we are the same stuff, the low and the high season, it's very, very, very difficult on the high season, and it's mostly it's very, very easy on the low season. So it's kind of balancing on that. Let's not get into that. However, I hated it when I go to the mid shift, like checkout time is about to be there and people are starting to check out, and I'm just going there in front desk. There's just one person at the front desk, and I'm just going there to the next computer, and already people from the line just goes to you. Yeah, I'd like to check out. Yeah. Slams the keys on the table, and I'm like, yeah, sir. Just wait for a moment. I will start this computer. And I'm like, yeah, how's everything? Your stay? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, come on, give me something, man.
Like, just 1 minute, please.
Yeah, the computer just like nice. I'm like, trying to write this first password. Like, have we changed passwords? Like trying to, no, I'm on the phone. The phone rings. Okay, I just hate to start like that. I would want to just
because
go
if
to
you
work
start
and
like that, then you're like a longer time, like you feel more stressed.
Yeah, and you feel, but then you might get a good kick, like, okay, let's get these people checked out, and then between checkout and check-in, you have a quiet time, and you're like,
it's super quiet.
It's super, and the time goes very slow because it was busy just a minute ago or an hour ago. Who knows?
Yeah, but do you think you could work night shifts? It's often like maybe from 11 to 7. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I used to work in the night shifts in this factory where I was working.
Yeah. Wow.
not more about that, because this is a hospitality podcast, and hospitality is the only industry to be in. So hey, join us.
Woo.
From Jonas.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah,
I
could
weird
probably
commercial episode.
Yeah. It is a very
sponsored by. Shout out to.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to get people more engaged that we will tell your name in this podcast.
Anyway, you were working in a factory.
Yeah, but I actually there we had 1 week morning, 1 week evening, 1 week night.
Yeah.
So it was like that. And night shifts weren't bad at all. Only thing was bad that, obviously we're in Finland, and well, we have pretty light over here. So when summer was getting closer, that rotation was very bad because, well, in the wintertime is good because in the morning it's still dark when I go to sleep. Yeah. Otherwise, I get home and it's all light outside, and I'm like, my head is just confused. I'm like, should I sleep? Should I not? Maybe my girlfriend is just waking up and starting day. Like, I'm coming home and smelling coffee. I'm like, no, I have to go to sleep. What is this?
Yeah. So I know. I had the same thing when I just tried the 3 night shifts. It was so weird that you actually felt like everybody's just starting their day and the city's waking up, and then you're like, okay, let's go to sleep. Yeah. And it's weird, but I get...
You don't get 8 hours of sleep there.
No. How hard you even try, you won't get like normal night sleep. But I get like people who are working just nights. This was actually my former colleagues who I was working with the night shifts, and they told that they have kids. So right before they go to work in the evening, they say good night to the kids, and then when the kids fall asleep, they go to work, and then when they come back in the morning, the kids wake up. You help them with the morning routines, and then they go to kindergarten or school or wherever, and then you can sleep during that time when they are away. Then you have again time with them during the evening before they go to sleep. I was like, now I get it. So for those people, it might work.
It might work, but I believe it's still tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because I couldn't even imagine, like, I don't know, like leaving obviously both cannot leave, okay, the kids are just sleeping in our house for 8 hours by themselves. Like, it just feels weird.
I didn't mean that both.
What?
Do you mean that both mom and dad would be awake?
Yeah, exactly.
You took the extreme.
Yeah, I did extreme, yeah.
Yeah, but no, not maybe both of them, but it's good. But it's also probably nice for the night workers that you have longer like day offs. So that's pretty nice.
Do you?
Yeah, I think you do.
Tell me more about that.
I don't remember how many day offs they have, but they have more day offs than just like regular I work during days front desk agent.
Hey, good for you, night audits.
Exactly.
But I've just heard that all kind of weird stuff happens at night in the hotel, so...
Yeah, and you're often by yourself as well. Yeah. And it's not as much of the customer service, so it depends on what you like. For example, I like front desk job because I am meeting people all the time and I get the energy.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
I do.
Yeah, so then if I would work during nights, I wouldn't meet that much people anymore, and I don't think if I would enjoy that as much anymore. But then again, they have all kinds of organizing tasks. It was great for me as a trainee to see that, okay, these things during the day is important because the night shifts do this. So it was a good like example. But then, so then you are like organizing a lot, so the day people can do their stuff more smoothly. And I love organizing things, so then I enjoyed that part. But I would like to combine those two.
Yeah, basically, you should just visit the hotel for 2 hours at midnight and organize everything and let the night audit then deal with all kind of crap that happens at night.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the night audit over here to, defend themselves. Let them know, like, let us know what they do and so on. So until next time, I think we're done here.
Done and dusted.
Please, nobody comments on any posts. Please say something. Say I love you. Say you suck. Please. Say anything. Like any feedback is
or just hello. Good. Hello is fine as well.
Hello is fine as well.
Yeah, please.
Everything's fine. But hey, until next time, new episode every Sunday.
Ooh.
Until we get sick with coronavirus and don't post in 3 days.
3 days.
Weeks. All right. Bye now. Getting bad.
Stay safe.
That's it.